tea. Very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, January 13th, 2021, episode number 601. So we made it. We made it over the hump, guys, over 600. And we have lots of great stories today, some of them submitted by the Hardo Hive. But before we get going, Wes, you got a little story about some real life interaction you had with some of the listeners.
Oh God. Well, no, I mean, it was hilarious. I got recognized for the first time out in public from being on the podcast, which was very, very cool and also very strange. But where it happened was hilarious because I was at Costco.
Of course.
Yeah, they spotted me in my natural habitat, and which was absolutely the best place for it to happen. But
did you like? Were you like? Of course, you caught me here. Did you say? Did you?
No,
have
I was.
One-liner? Did you have something funny to say?
I give my interaction a 1 out of 10 for how I handled it.
Oh,
Well,
no.
they're not listening to this probably.
Oh, no.
No, I was like, because in my head I'm just walking around, and the guy was like, Wes, and I was like, yeah. Now I thought it was just someone that I had met previously and didn't know who they were. And they're like, oh no, I'm just a fan of the show, and I was like, oh hey, what's up? And then it was like, what do we do now? And then we just separated our ways. It was
Masks and
yeah.
social distancing.
Yeah.
Wes is very suspicious because he's like, is it my baby mama sending a private investigator after me?
Yeah, Wes was looking at his hands as if he had like a subpoena.
Well, I felt
He's
bad.
like, get
'cause
away from me.
I immediately felt bad because I didn't recognize the person, and I was like, should I know who this person is? And I felt like an asshole.
Well, that's just being an
always
influencer. You know,
You
You're
gotta
just a
play
big
that off
influencer, big time.
when that happens
Yeah.
to you.
Well, it was the first time it ever happened.
That happened to me in an airport. I've never been recognized, but in an airport, someone was like, getting off a plane, and someone was like, "What's up, Pat?" And I was like, "Hey, man." No idea who this guy was.
Nice.
Just zero
Yeah.
clue.
Yeah.
In Phoenix. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just got.
I mean,
You got to pretend. You don't want to.
No, I did. I said, hey, what's up? I was like, hey, what's up? And then I looked at him like with a blank fucking dead eyes.
Do
like,
better next time, Wes, because you rep Costco, so you got to do better next time.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Well, what's up to whoever it was? I appreciate it.
Yeah, we could have like some kind of code word. Is there a code word that listeners should say to us?
No. I think What's Up, Wes is fine.
Yeah, wess up? It was perfect. I'm the idiot. I'm the
Yeah.
asshole that
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. And,
The
and
code word is ask if it's Wes.
yeah, you can say what's up to me. That's great.
If you see me on the streets of New York City, I want you to say, "What's up, West?" to me.
HAGFD. Good point. By the way.
And it was-
HAGFD is
HAGFD,
pretty
yeah.
classic, yeah.
It was funny too because my girlfriend started giving me a bunch of shit. Like, feel like a big shot now, huh? Like she was.
Oh,
making,
man.
she was
And-
making fun of me.
Well,
And
she
she-
got to knock you down after that.
And
Yeah,
she
yeah.
witnessed the poor performance, too, so it's all around
I
bad.
never let you.
I was like, I feel like she's like, no, you did fine. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, I was all in my head. It was horrible.
Oh, no.
She had to tear you down.
Well, if you want to help Wes get out of his own head, don't forget to just subscribe to the show, but also download the podcast so we can keep doing it as long as we can. Remember, subscribing and downloading helps us get our numbers up. Also, 5-star reviews. Do it on as many phones as you can too. Really, just as many phones as you can get your hands on. Go for it.
Well, again, it's that auto download. You set it up once and you forget it. Set it and forget it. If you just set up auto downloads of Hard Factor, you never have to worry about it again.
It's always
Yeah,
there when
exactly.
you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, Mark, get us going.
Okay, guys, it's looking like President Donald J. Trump will be the first president to be impeached twice. The House Judiciary Committee officially released one article of impeachment on Tuesday for incitement of insurrection, and it looks like there will be a vote Wednesday, today, most likely. There also was a House floor vote that's kind of happening like right now as we're recording to ask to urge the Vice President Mike Pence to insurrect or use the 25th Amendment. That may pass, but Pence has already come out and said at the time of this recording, like, no, I'm not
Yeah,
going
not
to.
only said it, but like a written statement.
He wrote a letter,
signed.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's an absolute no.
So the majority of this segment, in fact, all of it will now switch over to impeachment. Now that we talked about the 25th, the impeachment article document from the Judiciary Committee says, Wherefore Donald John Trump by such conduct has demonstrated that he will remain a threat to national security, democracy, and the Constitution. If allowed to remain in office, he has acted in a manner grossly incompatible with self-governance and the rule of law. Donald John Trump thus warrants impeachment and trial, removal from office, and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust or profit under the United States. So they're pretty pissed.
So they're going for insurrection on about the January 6th rally.
100%. That's 100%
You know
the one article. Yeah.
It's going to be great because Trump is going to flip this and be like, I'm the only guy with 2 impeachments to hold the record. He's a record holder now.
He's been the most rigged. You couldn't be more rigged against him now. That you give him 2 impeachments. Yeah,
Exactly.
Record
You were only
riggedness.
impeached once. That's
Yeah.
cute, Bill Clinton.
Twice. And he ended in half the time. Some House Republicans have come out and said they will vote to impeach Trump this time, which was not the case last December, December 2019. The president summoned this mob, assembled the mob, and lit the flame of this attack. Everything that followed was his doing. There has never been a greater betrayal by a president of the United States, said Liz Cheney, the third-ranking Republican House member from Wyoming.
You could trust her because she's a Cheney, so that's how you know that everything she says, you just take that straight. I mean, I agree with her on this point, but it's funny that it's
There's
Cheney.
never been a greater betrayal. I think that Cheney forgets that John F. Kennedy literally had tunnels built so he could sneak to his mistresses and have sex with them behind Jackie's back. I think that's a bigger betrayal to Jackie. I don't know.
It was for the good of the country.
Jackie.
Though.
Yeah.
He needed a release. That
Yeah.
Cuban Missile Crisis, that was stressful. You know what I mean?
Get me in a tunnel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have a good point, Pat. We've faked our ways into wars before. And that's killed millions of Americans.
It's recency bias.
A lot of it by Dick Cheney.
I would argue also. Yeah, a lot of it by Dick Cheney.
Ironically.
Nice, Liz. Again, I would argue the tunnels is a bigger betrayal, at least to Jackie. Does Liz Cheney not remember Andrew Jackson's inauguration party in 1829, where he rode in on a white horse, and the public got hammered in the Capitol and inside the White House, destroying it, and thousands of people died of alcohol poisoning? Does she not remember that?
Was it thousands of? I knew that they partied in the White House.
I think a few people died. I don't know, not many. In fact, I think Bubba's got an image. He might be busy right now. This is the original design for the $20 bill. It's Jackson here with a solo cup and a beer bong. Yeah, in funneling we trust.
He loves the party.
That was a party. What else? I mean, I kid, but people are pissed at Trump.
Well, people are pissed all over the place. I was thinking earlier,
everyone's pissed at him now.
It's weird because right now is a time where you can be against censorship and against storming the Capitol, and that pisses 100% of people off in some way. You're it's a weird time in the USA. It's just crazy. It's just everybody's on edge over something that normally is not a big deal, but it is right now.
It is a very weird time. Republican representatives, it's not just Liz Cheney. John Katko and Adam Kissinger said they will impeach as well. Kissinger said, if Trump's actions to incite an insurrection are not worthy of an impeachment, then what is? Pretty good point. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, according to the New York Times, is pleased that the House is impeaching Trump, thinks he committed impeachable offense, and that impeaching him will make it easier to remove or distance Trump from the Republican Party. So there you go. The Joint Chiefs even took a break from hotboxing that room they're always in, and they issued a statement to the entire military yesterday saying their obligation is to defend the Constitution and that they condemn sedition and insurrection and that coughing's for pussies.
Is your first time?
Yeah.
Your first time?
Yeah. Come on, man. Handle your shit.
Some good shit, right?
Stop chiefing on it. Hand it over. Pass it to the next guy.
How have we not legalized weed when we have the Joint Chiefs? Just
They're
ridiculous.
literally politicking on it.
Yeah, exactly. Trump spoke on Tuesday saying he thinks everything he said on his Wednesday afternoon speech prior to the storming of the Capitol was totally appropriate.
Oh,
he said,
that was crazy.
He said, I did nothing wrong. And in Texas...
He goes, people who have read it agree that it was totally fine. I mean,
that's true. Some people that have read it,
like Lynn Wood was the only one, probably.
Dude, he is so lawyered up. Like for those of you guys out there, listeners who haven't dealt with lawyers very often, Trump is he's the epitome of a guy that is only controlled by his concern for being arrested.
He's got more lawyers than we do.
Oh, everything he said today was no violence, definitely no violence, condemn the violence, but it was tremendous what I said, but no violence. We're not about violence. It's because his lawyer was like, hey, bro, you are seriously liable here. So he was just everything he says, he's trying to essentially protect himself, I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
he can't protect himself against the insurrection charge that's already pending. So I don't know what's, we'll see how that shakes out.
He's right to have all the lawyers. Bubba, can you please play the clip of Trump in San Antonio from Tuesday?
Free speech is under assault like never before. The 25th Amendment is of zero risk to me, but will come back to haunt Joe Biden and the Biden administration. As the expression goes, be careful what you wish for. The impeachment hoax is a continuation of the greatest and most vicious witch hunt in the history of our country and is causing tremendous anger and division and pain, far greater than most people will ever understand.
What?
Yeah, so I mean, it's back to the witch hunt. I will say he looked very tan. He definitely got a spray tan or went to a tanning bed right before that. He looks
Well, he
very
had
tan.
time yesterday.
Yeah.
That was outside of McAllen, not San Antonio.
It's funny he mentioned be careful what you wish for, because I think that some of the rioters are actually getting harder sentences because of policies he put into place to punish Antifa people who would destroy
Right, like the
federal
statues
property.
and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So it's like he's saying like, well, this happened now, but wait till it flips around again. 25th Amendment.
Hopefully nothing happens this weekend, but that didn't sound like don't do anything this weekend. That sounded like fuck you for doing this to
it was
me.
definitely a fuck you. Yeah.
Look, bottom line is it looks like impeachment's definitely happening and will easily pass the House, which has a clear majority of people willing to vote for impeachment. The 25th, not going to happen. It doesn't look like. But let's talk about what does that mean if impeachment does happen. We're talking, it's already January, 13th. So and things are moving fast. But as of now, the Senate, I don't think will have enough time to remove Trump from office, which would be prior to January 20th. They can still vote to convict Trump of the article of impeachment. And then what does that mean? If it's before January 20th, it's a removal from office. If it's after January 20th and the Senate votes to convict, what does that mean? Well, a lot of people are talking about that. It's like he loses some benefits, right? Maybe. The benefits being a $200,000 plus pension for life, paid office space for life, and $1 million travel budget per year, which is insane. What a perk $1 million travel budget is. That's like a lot of private jet trips that we've been paying for
It's a
Slick
tough
Willie.
job. I mean,
How many island trips is this for Bill Clinton a year? You know what I mean?
It's kind of bullshit because they get paid like fucking $150K to touch the stage anywhere
Right.
they
Yeah.
go.
They also get and the memoir books and everything, the book deals. Yeah.
The reason, even if he's convicted afterwards, that he might not lose those is because the wording of the Former President's Act, which is what this is all about, which says in the case of removal from office, you don't get any of those benefits. But removal from office, that wording is the experts are split whether a conviction post his term would lose him those benefits.
They would have to specify what he'll be stripped of, probably in the conviction. Right?
Well, we'll get to one thing that they have to specify. One thing that he will have, which has been talked about, is he will continue to have a Secret Service detail, no matter what. No matter what happens to him, he's going to get the Secret Service detail. But they're going to give him the fattest, most out of shape, most pathetic Secret Service people. They've said
Right, because if you don't have Secret Service and someone kidnaps them, they can get secrets out of them and shit like that.
So they're just going to give him the bad Secret Service. Melania will also get the detail too, even if they separate. But if she decides to remarry, then she loses the detail. And then the last thing being, can he ever run for office again? That is the thing that the Senate has to vote on. It's kind of separate from the conviction. They have to vote to disqualify him. That's why in the wording of the article impeachment it says from an office of honor. They have to vote to disqualify him from any office of honor in the United States, and then it's still not clear if an office of honor is the presidency. Probably should be.
Right, he can still be a governor, right?
Yeah, well,
I think it's any federal office is like the way it would be interpreted, right?
But everyone's kind of confused. The timing and the wording of the Former President's Act, and then what the Senate has to do. There's a lot of steps we have to get through anyways, so we'll see. What do I know? I do know the most fun thing from researching the story is that Andrew Jackson's inauguration party was worthy of a painting to commemorate it. Big time. So if you have a moment you want commemorated for yourself, or if you want to give the best, most personal gift you've ever given, good news, paintyourlife.com exists. My family hasn't been able to get together for quite a while now, but I found a way to bring us all together safely. A motherfucking painting. Valentine's Day is coming up. You want to get a romantic gift that will go over well? How about a motherfucking painting?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbeatable. Really, unless you're going to learn a song, learn a new instrument and then play it and then sing a song on top of the instrument to that person, the painting's going to be the better gift.
How about you just get a professional painter to do it for you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she will be so impressed.
Yeah. At paintyourlife.com, you get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo at a truly affordable price. You choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. You can send any picture, yourself, your children, family, a special place, or a cherished pet, or combine photos into one painting. It's a quick and easy process. It takes about 3 weeks in total. And at paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping, which is insane for shipping of a painting. Ask a museum. To get this special offer, text the word factor to 64,000. That's factor to 64,000. Text factor to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text factor to 64,000.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And if you got money to burn, I've been doing something fun where I've been getting in touch with them, finding out who the artists are, and then finding photos of them on social media, and then sending those photos in for them to paint. It really
Paint
creeps them
yourself?
out. It creeps them out. No, like
Paint-
when you send a photo of the artist.
That's what I'm saying. Paint yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah.
paint your life literally. You.
They hate it, but I have a good laugh. Guys, this is a Where Are They Now update on the highest profile U.S. Capitol insurrectionist. More than 20 defenders of our democracy have been arrested by the FBI on federal charges, a lot more from D.C. police, but the FBI has arrested 20 with information mostly coming through crowdsourcing, through social media. Did you guys see, like, the FBI put out, they've been just putting out, like, do you know this man? Do you know this man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pictures, lots of like mugshot style, or like off the CCTV thing. And
Exactly,
they zoom
right.
in on their face.
Are they
right?
offering rewards or just?
No,
Just tips.
just people that are pissed off that those guys tried to overturn our democracy. The FBI's request has spawned a very entertaining Instagram account called @HomegrownTerrorists that I highly recommend. You should check it out. It's just like pretty much a live update of the arrests and stuff. Guys, so first up, let's visit the QAnon shaman, a.k.a. Jake Angeli, age 33. Guys, the shaman was perhaps the highest profile rider, in part because he was shirtless and wearing a buffalo skin hat with horns and was carrying around an American flag on a spear to Sic Semper Tyrannis, anyone who got in his way.
He was trending worldwide. People were
if-
obsessed with him worldwide.
If this happened in like July, August, or September, 90% of costumes for Halloween would be this guy.
Would be the QAnon shaman.
Burning Man. The
Yeah.
community is obsessed with QAnon shaman. There's going to be so many QAnon shamans at the next
It's
Burning
the
Man.
outfit of 2021. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Guys, Angeli turned himself into the FBI on Saturday and is facing charges of disorderly conduct, violent entry, and illegally being on restricted spaces within the Capitol grounds. During his initial court appearance on Monday, Angeli's lawyer told the court that Angeli was refusing to eat while in lockup, and not because he was participating in a hunger strike in protest, but because the food he was being served in jail is not organic.
It's shaman life.
No, it's not.
He's got to keep that body tight.
He does, and he does have a tight body. Yeah,
It's ridiculously expected organic food.
Yeah.
Enough where the lawyer is sitting there trying to make a good impression, right? It's his first fucking appearance in front of a judge, and he's like, Judge, we got to get him some organic food. He's just not eating. His mother later commented on the situation, making it worse, telling an Arizona newspaper, quote, "He gets very sick if he doesn't eat organic food. He needs to eat."
Oh God,
They're
he gets
just adding-
gassy.
They're just adding years. The outfit adds years. The complaints add years.
Yeah.
Everything they're doing is adding years to this guy's sentence.
Yeah, shut up, Mom. All right, guys. Next up, we have
He doesn't
Podium.
even get it, though.
He doesn't get it, bro. He doesn't get it. He literally didn't put a bite of food in his mouth because it wasn't fucking organic. Like, what a pussy. All right, guys. Next up, we have Podium Guy, a.k.a. 36-year-old Florida man, Adam Johnson. Adam was the Johnson with the Donald Trump Where's Waldo hat, where he was photographed with a shit-eating grin on his face as he walked through the Capitol carrying Nancy Pelosi's lectern for Podium. So
I
this
want to party
father-
with that guy.
Yeah, he got caught at like the right time and the wrong time. You know, it was pure joy, the photograph of him.
I want to party. He looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, they've looked up his history. He's like not political. He's a registered independent who's only voted twice in his life.
He just looks awesome. Like you're gonna get. Hopefully you don't end up in the Capitol, but you're gonna have a great fucking night if you do. If you get rage drunk with that guy.
Will,
Just
what
heard there
you
was
were
a party.
Yeah.
What you were saying, Will, is possible about him being independent. I don't know much about that, but what I do know is he's unemployed and a stay-at-home dad
now, yeah.
with 5
Oh,
kids.
he
So
can't
might
wake
just
up.
wanna get
Oh, really?
5 kids.
No,
Jesus.
you know, it doesn't have time to vote. Good
he
lord.
can't wake up from those late nights. Yeah.
Yeah, so he faces
How did he
3
get to
federal.
the fucking Capitol with 5 kids?
Dude,
Wait, isn't he the doctor's husband? Or is that
Yes.
the other guy?
Doctor's
Okay,
husband.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Will. That's the only way out, bro. Like, get a break from those 5 kids. It's like,
Go on these
honey,
trips.
I gotta go demonstrate. I really gotta go.
I gotta march. I gotta stop the steal.
Right. Yeah, that's cool with you, right? Yeah. Anyway, guys, he's facing 3 federal charges, including theft of government property, and he bonded out after his January 8th arrest. And outside of jail, his attorney was asked, was it a problem that his client was photographed in the act of stealing the Speaker of the House's podium? And to that, the attorney said,
Yeah, I don't know how to else explain that, but yeah, that would be a problem. I'm not a magician, and neither is Mr. Bigney. So yeah, we've got a photograph of our client who appears to be inside the federal building or inside the Capitol with government property.
He said he's not a magician.
yeah,
That's
he
what-
said, I'm
that's
not
what
a
the attorney-
magician.
He said that picture exists. Yep, and I can't just magically wave a wand and make it go away.
Yeah. He
So.
gave the magic tragic speech.
He was a terrible, terrible attorney. Just the most apathetic attorney to his client's needs. Just like, what do you want me to do? I'm not a fucking magician. This guy's going down. All right, guys. Next up is West Virginia man, 35-year-old Derek Evans, who appears and happens to be, a member of the West Virginia House of Delegates.
Oh.
Evans live streamed himself.
Whoa.
That looks like Barstool Carl.
I was thinking the
Yeah,
same thing,
Does
Mark.
look like Carl with no mustache
Yeah.
and a black helmet instead of an orange one. Yeah.
He live streamed himself breaking into the Capitol with a motorcycle helmet on like a doofus while chanting Trump, Trump, Trump. He later deleted the video and claimed that he was an independent member of the media. He was arrested on Friday, taken into custody in his high school warm-up sweats. That still fit, so he keeps it.
Well,
nice.
That's awesome.
I mean, to be fair, all of us would be arrested in something that like is 20
I don't
years
have my
old.
warm-up sweats.
Yeah.
He's still rocking his high school warm-up sweats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And he got arrested at what looked to be his grandmother's
Number
house.
7.
And his grandmother had this to say on the scene.
Anything you want to say on his behalf?
He's a fine man. And thank you, Mr. Trump, for inviting a riot at the White House.
And you're his grandmother?
I'm his grandmother.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Young.
Wait, what?
She's just
Said-
thanking Trump for inciting
Invoking
a
the
riot.
Yeah.
Was
there
she
you
being
go.
sarcastic?
No, she was being dead
No.
serious.
Oh, dead
Yeah.
serious.
Couldn't tell. Evans resigned, guys, from his position in the House of Delegates on Saturday. All right, next up, guys, we have 34-year-old Aaron Mostofsky. And Aaron was draped head to toe.
I love this guy. He's the
In fur-
confused fur guy.
Yeah, in fur pelts. I thought at first when I heard him talk that he's a little slow, but he's not. He's with it, kind of. And he was also rocking a bulletproof vest that read "Police" on the front as he wandered through the halls of the U.S. Capitol.
What is that fur? Is he doing like the right to bear arms, but the bear arm thing?
Like a revenant thing he's going
I
for.
don't know, man. It was kind of similar to the Q shaman.
He's with it. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his body was not nearly as tight. He
No.
couldn't do the bare chest like the Q shaman.
He should have definitely been in a different room than the Q shop.
Aaron Mostofsky has definitely like premature baby features. You know,
He's
like
tagging
blue
along
eyes.
with the Q shaman.
Yeah, no, he's got to be in a completely different room.
Yeah, thick glasses. He's a poor man's Q shaman, guys. In addition to being a brave patriot, Mostofsky is also the son of a very disappointed father who happens to be a judge in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Video of Aaron being taken into custody yesterday at his brother's home in Brooklyn as well was released on Twitter, and the FBI agents could be seen carrying out a very large number of animal pelts from his home. So they took him out, and then bundles of animal pelts.
Was he screaming, "I hate my dad" when they were dragging him out?
Good odds.
Yeah, he
Good
let his
odds.
accent do the talking there, guys. Others that have been arrested: Richard Big O Barnett, who famously pictured kicking himself up on Nancy Pelosi's desk. He kicked his feet up.
Oh, yeah.
Both zip tie guys have been arrested, and most recently, guys, it was reported by friend of the program, Julio Rosas, that gold medal Olympian Cleet Keller was inside the rotunda grappling with police while wearing his USA swimming jacket, which reminds us that there's no price too high for a man to pay when it comes to scamming for chicks. So he's committing crimes, but he's still rocking his jacket because you never know. It's his
Well,
go-to.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, pick up a pistol.
Yeah,
at the
I mean,
rally.
Pat, the
Yeah.
one guy you wear your best. That's why the one guy was wearing the high school warm-ups, and then this guy was wearing his Olympic stuff.
Yeah, it goes everywhere with you. Guys, as of now, there are 170 federal cases opened, and the FBI has promised hundreds of arrests and are considering sedition charges. So that's the big thing for these guys. If they put sedition charges forward, they have a maximum of 20 years in jail.
Ups their sentence big time. Yeah, and I mean, like, it's so crazy. I know we've been hammering it and harping on it, but it's so nuts to me. Like, all those people who have charges pending, they probably cannot stand the idea of, like, Antifa or whatever else, but they did the same fucking thing. And it's like...
And this show hates Antifa too, right?
Yeah.
Like this. Let's make that clear. Like it's not. This is what's
Well,
happening.
no, we clowned on the
Yeah,
Antifa
this is
the
what's
Chaz and all
happening.
that.
This is what's happening in the news right now. So
right.
this is why we're talking about it.
It's all
Like,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's just equally ridiculous, and
Yeah.
it's so crazy that these people are like, I'm so much different than them. It's like, no, you're not.
No,
You're the
they're
same
both
fucking
idiots.
thing.
Yeah, they're both
You're a
complete
fucking
morons. Yeah.
Idiot. Guys, this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Well, now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in the bedroom. Listen up, BlueChew.com. That's the blue, like the color blue chew. They bring you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So this thing will get your motor a-going. You can take them any
That
time of
engine
day
will
or
be
night.
revving.
Yeah, you can take them on a full stomach, so you're ready when the opportunity arises. If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is a fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Or if you're already getting regular boners and you just want to turn it up a notch, get in there, baby. Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed physicians. You don't have to go to a doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy, and it ships directly to your door in a discreet package. So can you get it? Can you get better? Imagine men back in the day
Yeah,
that would have to go to a doctor and be like, "Yeah, my boner don't work." Now
Not
you
anymore.
go on BlueChew.com. Bro.
No, yeah, and I'll tell you what else it does is it scares your cats when you're rocking a boner all day, all weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Maybe-
like, "What's going on?"
Maybe you don't want it discreet. Maybe you want girls to like follow that package. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I put together a chair the other day, and I had an extra wrench, if you know what I mean.
Okay, guys, they're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. No awkwardness, no need to leave the house. And right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. You go to BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com, and get your first shipment free when you use the promo code HARDFACTOR. That's one word, Hard Factor, and just pay $5 for shipping. Again, that's BlueChew.com. Promo code HARDFACTOR. Try it for free. One word, Hard Factor. It's the better, cheaper choice, and we thank them for sponsoring this podcast. And remember, when you support our sponsors, you help make this podcast possible. So please be sure to use our promo code HARDFACTOR when you buy in the Blue Chews.
There's going to be plenty of support if you got BlueChew.com. The
Have yourself the
support
time.
abundantly supporting
People
everything.
supporting people. It's
Yeah,
a beautiful thing.
It's a big support system there.
Going to be getting thousands of thank you letters.
I'd prefer just birth announcements, if you know what I mean.
You're going to want to use our two sponsors in conjunctions. You're going to take a Blue Chew, and then you're going to want to make a painting of it. You're like,
All right, guys, let's go to the lightning round. An interesting bill proposed by council members of New York City is facing backlash because people are worried it would cause fights amongst neighbors and fellow New Yorkers.
Oh, not in New York.
Not in New York, yeah, like it doesn't already happen all the time. The bill, which was first introduced in November of 2020, would allow citizens to snitch on owners of cars that are illegally parked in bike lanes, bus lanes, on sidewalks, and would actually give those who snitched a cut of the fine once it's paid.
that's smart.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, why would you ever do that? But
Worst thing ever, bro. I mean,
Right.
it's like, do you remember like the sniff of the freelancer economy? Like guys that were like, I just got off work, but I'm driving you in this Uber right now because I'm trying to make an extra buck. There's gonna be so many fucking just snitches out there, but
this is kind of like treasure hunting in a way.
It kind of is. But
Also, Kate, though, like,
more dangerous.
hasn't she parked her car in places like for months on end? Like, she
Yeah,
would
bro.
be screwed by this.
we did the math, and essentially, we pay pretty much what we'd pay to keep the car in a garage in New York, just in tickets, though.
Jesus. Yeah.
Well, she'd be a victim of these snitchers.
Yeah. So the proposed bill would raise illegal parking rates from $115 to $175 and give the snitch a 25% rat prize. And apparently the city already does this. They pay people who rat out idling cars, and they paid out over $180K to snitches in 2020 under that system. Wow. So it's a proven system that people obviously will snitch on their neighbors for money. The bill would also state that cop cars breaking the laws, which apparently are the biggest like offenders of this shit, cops just think they can park anywhere, would not be exempt from the system. And that's like
amazing.
I said,
You get them fined or something.
Yeah, you can just call on the cop, and people are going to love to do that.
Yeah, it's always fun to take down an authority figure, but the other thing, man, it's like paparazzi.
Fucking you. Your budget's going to be blown on this.
No, don't do this.
Yeah, you're like, where are you going? You going in to get a pizza, aren't you? All right, okay.
It's going to happen.
Well, Kate makes more than me. I guess I could just siphon off a little bit by just calling it in.
Yeah, what if you snitch on Kate and then it goes right back to you?
Nah,
that's a net negative though for the household.
Yeah, it's a net negative for the house. But you're gonna get got anyways. You might as well get got by the house.
It goes in the personal fund, boys.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, the transportation director Margaret Forgione said we are concerned that this could lead to many verbal and physical confrontations, pitting neighbor against neighbor. That we worry that this program members of the public are going to see another member of the public taking a picture of their license plate, and then it's going to just fights. You know, they're just going to. So. But apparently, big problem. They're out of solutions, so they're turning to making people snitch on each other.
What the fuck are you doing taking a picture of my car here?
Yeah, it's gonna be none of that, bro. It's gonna be straight telephoto lenses. That's all it's gonna be.
Right. Yeah.
And direct deposit payments for the rat money.
It's true. That's it.
Speaking of telephoto lenses, you guys see the space helmet back on. You know that means we're going back to Space Mountain. Mark and Charles in the Hardo Hive are sending me stuff that's going to keep me busy because the Pentagon has released the UFO Black Vault files. So there's a website called The Black Vault. It's run by a podcaster who's seeking the truth. And you guys remember that from the COVID-19 stimulus bill, the Pentagon has to release everything they have on UFOs. Well, it turns out the Black Vault website actually got them delivered via CD-ROM from the Pentagon at some point in 2020. There it is, the UFO collection, youtube.com/hardfactornews.
That's fake. That's fake.
I do believe that if you put in a FOIA request, I do believe they probably send you a CD-ROM.
It is. It was a FOIA request.
Someone made a background with one of those CD stompers, like with a sticker.
It's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's not real.
I hope they paid extra, like the CIA paid extra to have that CD stomped. But they said it's from a legit FOIA request. They said they got like the paperwork to back it up. Anyways, I downloaded this thing. This is thousands of PDFs. I tried to dive into it, but all I could read was one before I realized that it would take me so long. It's like separate PDFs that are scanned in images of like interrogations of Russian prisoners talking about like. Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Nice.
It's cool, but they're talking about UFOs. A lot of cool shit in there, but it's going to take us a while to decode it. Us space heads out there trying to figure out what's in these PDFs. But get excited, UFO files.
Do you guys have a naming convention yet, like a librarian, like AC2, like for each document? Because
there is. Hold on. Shit. Well, it's in my downloads somewhere, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not a spyware.
Because you need a universal language of which document you weirdos are talking about.
It was all coded. It was all coded. But while we figure that out, in the meantime, we can dream about what Earth might look like one day. There's a planet called TOI 561b. It's twice the size of Earth, but it's notable not for that reason, but because it's the oldest rocky planet NASA has ever discovered at 14 billion years old. So the Earth is estimated to be about 4.5 billion years old. So that's good news, right? The Earth itself might survive for a much, much longer period of time, but the surface of TOI 561b is actually 2,000 degrees. So it means nothing about if people could survive that long. It just means the Earth itself.
Well, the Earth goes out when the sun becomes a giant dwarf or some shit. Right?
Yeah, if you read the first, even the foreword of Avi Loeb's book, Extraterrestrial, he says, in 7.1 billion years, the Earth explodes from the sun. That's not up for debate. It's a fact. Yeah, well, he gives you the time frame.
But the good news is we can make it the whole 7 billion years, and we would only be 11.5 billion years old, younger than this planet that they've discovered. So we can make it 7 billion more years, guys, if we can just, keep on keeping on in the cold vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think that's great.
All right, let's keep
It's
trucking.
cold, the sun's so hot,
All right, got a double animal corner, nature corner for you guys. First, a manatee with the name Trump scratched into the algae on its back was discovered Sunday in Florida's Homosassa River. Here's a video of the animal swimming. Bubba, if you got that.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a disturbing.
It is. There's also a picture,
image,
Bubba,
right?
if you want to use that instead. Anyway, the Jacqueline Lopez, there's a picture of it. See, Trump just scribbled right into the algae of the animal.
Oh, is it just the algae? So
It's not like they took a knife to it and cut
They didn't tattoo it. Well, they didn't bring like an underwater tattoo gun. Yeah.
So it's just so at least it wasn't like they didn't harm the beast.
Yeah, you've never designed a manatee before?
No, I mean I've never scratched the algae off a manatee's back.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Wait, here's a video of it.
there it goes. I mean, it looks
yeah.
like you'd have to sort of scratch.
You
there
can
and
pay
get
for that. You can pay for that in the Keys. You can do a manatee scratching tour.
Yeah, I mean it's got a thick layer of algae. It doesn't look like it hurt the animal, but marine biologists are pissed because
But
manatees.
did they ask its political opinions before they did?
it's a huge MAGA manatee, actually. So
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
it was
bear that
proud.
put the Trump 2020 sticker on his collar,
Yeah.
which is like a little bit more
yeah, the bear.
because you got to get that close to a bear.
Yeah, sea manatee. It's a sea cow. It's a sea cow.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's
And
really
they're-
it's like branding a cow with the Trump.
Did
Except
they hurt it? I don't like this.
No, they didn't hurt it.
I don't
it's,
think so.
it's fine. It's just in the algae. But I mean, it probably wasn't very comfortable for the fucking thing. Anyway, Jacqueline Lopez, who's director of the Florida Center of Biodiversity, said, "quote Manatees aren't billboards, and people shouldn't be messing with these sensitive and imperiled animals for any reason. However, this political graffiti was put on this manatee. It's a crime to interfere with these creatures, which are protected under multiple federal laws. So the center has issued a $5,000 reward." Has been announced, and to the first one of the idiot's buddies to rush forward and claim it. And at 5K in Florida, whoever did it, he's cooked.
That guy told everyone in the bars he went to that he did it. So
Oh, yeah.
there's,
Well,
there's hundreds of people that know who did it.
He's probably anonymously calling me like, let's just say I was the one who scribbled Trump on the manatee. Could I claim the reward for myself even though I done it? Just to get the 5K. Yeah, it's probably crossed his mind. And from intern Cam moving to the UK.
Before we move on to the second animal corner, listener Rose was DMing us a little bit about this, and we got to talking about Trump branding stuff because I was saying sea cow. What if there's a branded cattle? Well, we didn't find branded cattle, but she did send us a picture of a Trump branded loaf of bread. So there is a Trump brand out there. They're stuck in that thing.
Remember those little pigeons with the little hats? Little MAGA hats?
In Las Vegas.
Little
Yeah,
MAGA
those-
hats.
Those are adorable.
The Center for Biological Diversity said that it's caused serious scarring. I don't know if that's according to the Times.
Well, that's not good. I mean, the animal abuse is bad, but yeah.
They said it was just in the algae. I don't know. Anyway, and from intern Cam moving to the UK, where if you're a porpoise, you might want to listen up because this one is about your balls. New research suggests that banned chemicals, polychlorinated biphenyls, or BCBs, which they were banned in the 80s, is having a severe effect on the reproductive health of whales, dolphins, and porpoises. By the way, for YouTube, here's a picture of a dolphin versus a porpoise. A research team made up of several distinguished organizations found that those PCBs is causing weight of the weight of the porpoise's nuts to decrease.
So the porpoise is uglier naturally, and now it has lighter testicles as well.
Yes,
The
shorter
dolphin
nose.
is just laughing at him.
Right. And this is apparently also very dangerous to humans, as the team went on to say. There is a growing consensus that exposure to contaminants that disrupt hormonal systems may be partially responsible for the global decline in male fertility rates that has occurred over the last 50 years. So if you like your balls stay to the water, and ladies, if you want kids and your new boyfriend says stuff like, just had a brisk swim in the sea this morning, just like every day, it's probably time to move on.
Well, I got an idea. Instead of like scratching politically charged messages into the algae of sea calves, can we just shove a bunch of blue chews in these porpoises' mouths?
Probably.
Oh, that would fix the problem right away.
I would imagine.
Turn that frown upside down for those porpoises.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it works for us. Okay, moving on to the last story in the lightning round. Authorities spotted the wife of her husband leading the husband around on a leash at 9 p.m. And this was in Quebec, Canada, sent in by PFITS. So there you go. She's leading her husband around on a leash at 9 p.m. But it turns out it was an attempt to skirt a curfew implemented in Canada for COVID-19. They can't go out of their homes between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. But Quebec residents are allowed to walk their dogs after the curfew is in effect if they stay close to their homes. So the wife tried to claim she was walking her dog,
That's
awesome. like could be like
I get
dog.
it now.
Right.
My first thought
Get it.
My first thought was she has a pretty magically tight asshole.
Right. That's what I thought that too when I was reading, and then nope. Just turns out they were trying to just like go to somebody else's house. Maybe I don't know where they're trying to go, but
I was like, she can probably do that cherry trick where she can tie a knot in the cherry stem.
I mean, there's got to be a
Mouth.
reason he's going on a leash, right?
Right.
There's got she's got this. There's something. Something was they both got fined $12,000 Canadian for being out of their house. That's fucking nuts. I mean, like both of them, 12 grand. Could you imagine that in the USA? Like,
Yes.
12 for being outside your house. Okay, after 8 p.m. The woman says she's refusing to pay for the ticket, and according to authorities in Quebec, they issued 750 of these tickets on the first weekend. So like.
Damn.
$12,000 a pop, 700. That's crazy.
I think that's a funny enough attempt. You don't give them a ticket when he's
Right.
pretending to be the dog. You let that one go, right?
You would think, but I guess in Canadian court, you have the right to not pay because she's saying she just refuses to pay. So I don't know if there's like a mass refusal to pay. We'll see what happens. Related to COVID protocols, though, the USA is clamping down on international travel. You're gonna have to get tests and stuff to get in here. And Bruce Willis was caught refusing to wear a mask in an Idaho gas station, and the Die Hard jokes were flowing. There's Mark had send in the mask. One of our listeners was saying cry hard. You guys got any Die Hard?
Send in the mask is good.
Yeah.
You got anything? Like when he grabs
No.
the machine gun, what does he say?
He says,
yippee-ki-yay,
yippee-ki-yay,
motherfuckers.
motherfucker.
Nah, it doesn't have like a mask thing.
Live free and no masks. Live free and get out of this pharmacy.
Yeah,
That's Bubba,
exactly.
Do you have the send in the car for happier times for the Die Hard franchise?
Send in the car.
Yeah, I was just surprised he wasn't ripping a dart. He looked angry in that photo. So
Yeah, what's his problem?
I don't know.
Not his
Glad
mask,
everybody
but
made it
his
out alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably just wear the mask, Bruce. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. As always, thank you for listening. We appreciate every single one of you in the Hardo Hive. Remember, even if you're watching this on video, please subscribe and download, auto-download, set it to auto-download the podcast on as many devices and apps as you possibly can. Leave us a 5-star review. If you like the show, check out our patreon.com/hardfactor if you want bonus ad-free podcasts and also the Discord chat app. Check out hardfactor.com to get some merch to support the boys in that ways. If you have any merch issues, send those to hardfactorstore@gmail.com. Follow at Hard Factor News on Twitter and Instagram. But most importantly, and I mean this more than ever before, and the way 2021 has started, have a great fucking day.